Welcome back, everybody, here to Clarksburg City Park. Chris Kidd with you, Butch Mounts, our engineer, with Tim Roy and Colin Heatherly, our cameramen, for today's action as we are into the semifinals of the 16 and under tournament. And it'll be Kaiser taking on Flood City to see who moves on to the finals later on today around 5:30, as that one hit hard down the first baseline by Vianney and fielded nicely by Cormanic. And he's able to step on the bag in time for out number one. Again, Vianney had a couple of hits in that game this morning and nearly had a double to lead things off here in this game, but robbed over at first base by Cormanic, and that'll bring up Mason Kiesamore. His first pitch in from Fravel for a strike, 0-1. As Kiesamore was hit by a pitch, singled into center field, flew out to center, right center, and then popped out to first in the game against Pittsburgh just a little bit earlier. As Fravel winds and fires, this one hit in the air to right field, sinking fast, coming on, and not being able to get there is File. That'll get by him as Kiesamore rounds first, digs for second, and he'll hold there with a one-out double as throw gets away over towards third baseline, but backed up over there by Rejo. And now Kaiser in business here to start the top of the first inning. So that'll bring up Noah Broadwater, who had a big game earlier today, as he was 3 for 3, singled to center field, singled on the infield, and then had a 2 RBI triple into the right center field gap, and then walked in the 6th inning. First pitch from Fravel in for a strike, 0-1. Kaiser won 11-1 to eliminate Pittsburgh as we're down to our final 4. This one chopped hard and foul towards the right side, or left side rather. In the other semifinal game, approximately 3 o'clock today, 3:15 range, it'll be the 2 Ohio Elite teams taking each other on. Fravel just missed off the outside corner with that pitch. That pitch misses over the head of Broadwater. So you have Rejo in left field, Greninger in center field, File in right field, Ryan at third base, Ryan at shortstop, Moore at second, and Cormanic at first. Hard hit ball toward short. What a stop over there by Cooper Ryan. Throw to first in time. What a play by Cooper Ryan. That ball looked like it had RBI base hit written all over it. And a one-hop backhanded snap by Ryan, able to throw over and get the out to put 2 away here in the top of the first inning. You should take a look at it here on our instant replay. And what a stop there by Ryan. Let's throw a little high over to Cormanic, but able to make the play. Now there's another tough one from the hole this time, and what a play by Cooper Ryan. Back-to-back highlight reels for Cooper Ryan, as this time he robs Gunnar Riley of a base hit and keeps Kaiser off the board. Here on the top of the first inning, as we head to break, you'll see it again here. Another great play by Cooper Ryan from deep in the hole. What a quick trigger throw as well, and it had to be in order to get Riley at first base. So despite the one-out double, no harm done to Flood City in the top of the first. They'll now come to bat in the bottom of the first, as you're watching the Battle of the Bats tournament with us right here live on Video Productions. Bottom of the first inning we head as Flood City comes to bat. First pitch swinging by Luke Rayho, grounds over to second. Fielded and thrown on over to first in time for out number 1 as Vianney over to Radish completes the transaction for the first out of the inning. As Gunnar Riley on the mound for the second game for this Kaiser ball club. Trying to see if he can duplicate what was done by his teammate Sammy Vianney in the first game. Again, he gave up 1 run on 3 hits against Pittsburgh. Now you get Cooper Ryan coming to the plate. He slaps it one towards short. Tough hop to Whitehair. Fields it. Long throw for him, and Radish able to dig it out for out number 2. So after a couple of nice web gems by Cooper Ryan in the first inning, Whitehair returns the favor here with the second out of the bottom of the first inning. So 3 pitches, 2 outs here very quickly for Gunnar Riley, and that'll bring up Ethan Janidlo. As Janidlo takes a strike, 0-1. And Janidlo, member at Richland High School, says that he's looking to go to college at Wake Forest, Maryland, Penn State, or Pittsburgh. Interested in pharmacy school. There's Riley. Pumps and readies himself. Fastball hit towards short to Whitehair. Could be a quick inning here. Thrown over to first. And wow, what a fast 1-2-3 inning that was for Gunnar Riley and this Kaiser ball club at 6 pitches. And they're out the door. So we heading out to the top of the second inning. No score yet here in the semifinals of the 16 and under Battle of the Bats tournament from Clarksburg City Park. You're watching with us live right here on Video Productions. Top of the second inning we head as Kaiser coming to bat after getting a runner to second base after the Keesamore double. But nothing doing for them in the top of the first. It'll be 5-6-7 as Danny Radish lifts one into center field. Backing up on it, making the grab is Greninger for out number 1. So both these teams coming out swinging the bats to lead off this game thus far. Again, 6 pitches and done was Flood City in the first inning. Kaiser wasn't too far behind them, so you see both teams looking to attack right away. And Brody Whitehair comes to the plate. Whitehair was 0 for 2 in the first game as he slaps one towards third. Tough hop. What a grab, though, by Ben Ryan. Throws from third in time for out number 2. Again, we've seen some great plays on the infield here as that one took a rough hop right into the chest of Ben Ryan at the last second. He handled it beautifully and able to throw out Brody Whitehair. So now it'll bring up Trevor Bigelow. Again, said 6 pitches and 3 outs last inning. That's 2 pitches, 2 outs this inning. Bigelow Had a pair of hits in the last game, including an RBI as he chops one foul towards third base side. Bigelow was 2 for 3 against Pittsburgh team. He grounded out to shortstop. The RBI singled to center field in the third inning, walked in the fifth, and then singled into center field in the sixth inning. Fastball lifted out of play to the right. And quickly Fravel gets ahead 0-2. Again, Janidlo behind the dish for Flood City. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Fastball misses high, 1-2. So 1-2 count could be considered an extended at bat thus far in this game for both sides. As we said, they've come up ready to swing the bats here thus far in this game on both ends. This one ripped foul down the third base line as Bigelow stays alive. And the winner of this game advances on to the championship game later on today here on Video Productions. This one a high chopper towards third. Ben Ryan with the field. Long throw from third. High throw, and it gets over the head of Cormanic. And Bigelow will reach to keep the inning going. And again, that will be an error, but that was a tough throw for Ben Ryan from that deep over the third base side as it just ended up sailing over the head of Cormanic. And that'll bring up Hayden Jones. Jones, the 8th hitter in this lineup. There'll be 10 hitters in all for this Kaiser ball club. Jones had a 2 RBI single to left field against Pittsburgh. He was 1 for 4 in that game, but did have 3 RBIs, picked up another RBI and a ground out in the 6th inning of that game. This one hit into shallow right center field. Coming on is File. He'll make the grab to end the inning and leave a runner stranded. So despite the error, nothing doing for Kaiser in the top of the second. Now we race into the bottom of the second inning. Still no score yet here from Clarksburg City Park. You're watching the Battle of the Bats tournament with us right here live on Video Productions.
I should have swapped cameras.
Bottom of the second inning we had, and this game is literally about 10 minutes old right now, and we have just seen a ton of action already. Chris Kidd with you, with Butch Mounts, our engineer, Colin Heatherly and Tim Roy, our cameraman. They've had their work cut out for them so far. Again, both these teams have come up swinging the bat, but still unable to strike just yet, as Ben Ryan will stand in for his first plate appearance. Takes a fastball inside, 1-0. It was 6 pitches last inning. And Gunnar Riley was out the doors. There's a strike, 1-1. Again, Ben Ryan had a couple of nice plays over at third base, even though the one throw got away. Still had a good fielding play. This one hit hard and foul over towards the right side. Attends high school at Indiana area. And said that he is interested in physical therapy and criminology in college as he pops one into shallow center field, ranging over his white hair in time to make the catch for out number 1. Getting a little bit of a windier day today here from Clarksburg City Park. As Braden Cormanich will come to the plate. His first pitch, fastball, misses outside from Riley. And Cormanich goes to high school at Belafonte High School. This one hit high in the air into shallow right field. Could be a tough play, and what a basket catch by Vianney. If that ball continued to blow over towards the right side, looked like Radish had lost it momentarily. Jones was going to be late getting there, and Vianney able to come over and just make the scoop catch to record out number 2, as you see it here on our instant replay, and you can see the wind playing havoc with it, and boy, that one just webbed in there at the top of the glove at the last second. But a great play again here in the field as we continue to see it from both these clubs, as Ryan Nagy will come up for his first at bat. Thus far, 5 up, 5 down, as he takes a hack at this one, lifts it towards the left side, and unable to get there is Bigelow as he made a diving attempt, or a sliding attempt, I should say, but it looks like it caught the top of the dugout just before he could get there. So 1-1 the count as Nagy attends Mifflin County High School. So he's interested in Penn State, Bucknell, Coastal Carolina, looking at engineering or material science whenever he enters college one day. His fastball misses outside from Riley. It's 3-1 the count now, so could be the first person to reach base here today for Flood City. But this one hit hard back up the middle. Nice snag by Riley. He'll run it over to the bag as Nagy digging it out all the way, but underhand flipped to Radish in time for out number 3. So another quick inning of work for both these pitchers. And we head to the top of the 3rd inning, still with no score yet here from Clarksburg City Park. We're into the top of the 3rd inning now, and it'll be Rylan Rock to lead things off for Kaiser. Still no score in this semifinal duel, as the winner of this will be in the championship game later today. Our other semifinal coming up next here from Clarksburg City Park. It'll pit both the Ohio Elite teams against each other. As Kaiser getting here with an 11-1 win this morning over Pittsburgh. This one hitting to shallow center field and actually in on the infield, as able to make the grab is the second baseman Tariq Moore for out number 1. And that one looked like it might stay or get into shallow center field, but stayed in on the infield. Now one away as it'll bring up Ethan Miller. There's only one hit in this game thus far on either side. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Oddly enough, haven't had a player strike out in this game yet. It's been full-blown action since we got going on first pitch here on both sides. Here's a slow chopper to Ben Ryan, comes in, makes the field, throws over to first, and in time for out number 2. So both pitchers pitching to contact, knowing they've got really good defenses behind them to back them up. And thus far, the defenses have held their own. And that was actually Hunter Martin who made that play over at third base that time, coming in for Ben Ryan. Now that'll get things back to the top of the order with Sammy Vianney. His first pitch curveball, slow roller toward short, going to be a tough play. Cooper Ryan up with it, high throw, and gets over the head of the first baseman. Vianney turns the corner and heads for second base. So the second error of the game. For this Flood City ball club. Last time it didn't hurt them, but let's see if it comes back to haunt them now. As for the second time, Kaiser has a base runner at second base after the double by Mason Kiesamore. Now Kiesamore, the only hit in this game, comes to the plate. His first pitch misses, 1-0. As Fravel takes a look out at second base. Here comes the pitch. Fastball misses outside, 2-0. Again, Vianney. Very quick out at second base. A base hit would likely score him here as Fravel takes a little off that one. Drops it in for a strike. They call a balk. So Fravel now ended up stopping as he got into his motion. You can't do that. Or he didn't stop, excuse me. And so that'll move Vianney over to third base. So now a pass ball could perhaps score Vianney, who's got a lot of speed over there. Kiesamore takes a strike on the outside corner. So now Fravel one strike away from working around. The first real jam of this game for either pitcher. So it's a 2-2 count to Kiesamore. Swung on and foul tipped into the glove. Great job by Janidlo to hang on to it for strike number 3. And Fravel able to get out of a jam here in the top of the third. But we now head to the bottom of the third inning. Still yet no score here from Clarksburg City Park as you're watching the Battle of the Bats tournament with us right here live on Video Productions.
Tournament Time Sports
invites you to the 2021 baseball season. This is your time, your opportunity, your chance to take the field with some of the most elite youth baseball teams in the region. You do not want to miss this opportunity. Join us in 2021. Be part of a better future. USSSA sanctioned events. West Virginia State Power Rankings. PBR scouted events. Premier venues. And much more. For more information visit us at www.tournamenttimesports.com. Tournament Time Sports. Investing in West Virginia youth baseball.
Little General Stores knows West Virginia, but what some may not know is what LG is doing in your communities. And I'm here to tell you how Little General, with the strength of their 100+ stores, is helping to enrich lives and empower families in West Virginia. Like the Norma May Huggins Cancer Research Endowment Fund, which is fighting to cure cancer every day right here in West Virginia. Locally owned and operated, LG has always been there and always will be. Little General Stores, committed to West Virginians. Boom!
Bottom of the third inning as Flood City comes to bat. Both teams still looking to break through as Gunnar Riley goes back to work. He'll face off against Mason File. First pitch swung on and missed, 0-1. Still only one hit in this game for either side. A couple of errors for Flood City, but no harm done thus far. Swing and a miss, 0-2. It's been 6 up, 6 down thus far for Gunnar Riley as Mason File, member of Bishop McCourt High School, says he wants to go into real estate one day. That breaking pitch misses high, 1-2. Riley's been able to get 4 ground outs and 2 pop outs thus far. Curveball crosses, but too high, 2-2 the count. So Riley looking for his first strikeout of the game as he works quickly. Fastball misses just low, and now File has worked his way back from 0-2 to a 3-2 count. Swung on and fouls it into the screen as File reached for that one, but able to keep himself alive. Now here comes another 3-2 pitch to the right fielder. This one hit towards short on a slow liner. Fielded there cleanly by Whitehair. Fires over to Radish in time for out number 1. Now that'll bring up Connor Blau. As Connor Blau getting his first plate appearance of the day. His first pitch swung on and fouled off towards the right. And Blau goes to high school in the Altoona area. Says he's interested in criminology and engineering. Fastball misses outside. Says he's looking at hopefully going to college at West Virginia, LSU, or Oklahoma State. So Blau's got himself all over the country, hopefully going to college one day. That one misses high and tight inside. 2-1 the count. Blau, one of the extra hitters in this lineup, 3 of them for this Flood City Ball Club. Now that one misses low. So Riley for the first time today, struggling a little bit with his control. This one's laced towards left field, and that'll get in between Bigelow and Whitehair, and there's the first hit of the game for Flood City. As we said, we've seen a lot of contact in this game from both sides, but not a whole lot of hits thus far. That one ends up finding its way through, and that'll be the first base runner of the afternoon for Flood City. Now the batter will be Kevin Greninger. That one misses inside and gets away, and Blau will move on to second base. So runner in scoring position for Flood City. As Greninger attends Central Mountain High School. Says he's interested in criminal justice one day. Now the lefty looking to give Flood City the lead in the first run of this contest for either side here in the bottom of the third. This one hit hard towards second and gets by into right field as Vianney tried to range over and make the grab, but just out of his reach, and they'll hold the runner at third. So back-to-back singles for Flood City. After 7 straight outs to start the game by Gunnar Riley, will bring up Tariq Moore. Moore, the 10th hitter in this lineup for Flood City. Trying to break through here. Pitch misses inside. Runner will take off for second. And standing in easily will be Greninger as they won't throw down. Moore goes to high school in the Williamsport area. Says he'd like to go into accounting one day. Takes a strike on the outside corner. Riley trying to work out of this jam just as Fravel did in the last inning. Strike 2 on the outside corner as he paints it again with a fastball. It's a big pitch here for Gunnar Riley. Misses low as Moore able to lay off of it. Again, Riley works very quickly off the rubber. So once he gets his sign, he's pretty well ready to go. And here he comes again. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Back up the middle off the shin of Riley, and that will make everyone safe. They're going to round the runner from third, but now going to hold him up as Greninger will stay there, but that will be a run for Flood City, and they take the lead on 3 consecutive hits off of Gunnar Riley. After retiring the first 7 batters quite quickly, now Kaiser in a jam here. This looks like the infield. Well, now here comes a visit from the dugout. As Kaiser trying to keep this damage at a limit right now. Again, Fravel is throwing one hit ball himself on the other end of this. Now he'll deal with Hunter Martin. As Martin goes to high school in the Indiana area. Says he's interested in accounting as well. Or engineering as well, I should say. Now Martin has runners at first and third. You'd imagine that Moore will take off for second base on this pitch. As they look him back to the bag. Again, in this situation, if you throw down, you create the opportunity for the runner at third to go ahead and come home for the run, and then even the possibility that you won't even get the out at second base. So more often than not, teams at this level will end up conceding that runner, and here you see it again. So that puts runners back in scoring position at second and third as Martin wisely taking the first pitch to allow that to happen. Fastball misses high. So 2-0 the count. It's Martin, the 11th hitter in this lineup. And you have Hunter Forcellini, who will be the 12th hitter in the lineup, and that one misses inside. So things just unraveling here for Riley in the third inning after such a strong start. And there's a 4-pitch walk. It's the first walk he's given up in this contest. And now you get Hunter Forcellini coming up. As Forcellini goes to high school in the Forest Hills area. Takes a ball on the outside corner. Said he'd like to go into optometry one day. 1-0 Flood City here in the bottom of the third, and there's 6 straight balls here from Riley. And he's got nowhere to put Forcellini right now with the bases juiced. This one hit hard back up the middle, fielded there at short. Whitehair on to second for one, over to first, in time for the double play. That was a sharp hit ball by Forcellini, but right at Whitehair. Gave it to Vianney for one, on to first to Radish for two, and a huge double play for Kaiser to prevent further damage here in the bottom of the third inning. But Flood City does strike with 3 hits and 1 run to take the first lead of this game at 1-0 as we head to the top of the fourth. You're watching the Battle of the Bats tournament with us right here live on Video Productions. 1-0 Flood City Elite as we go to the top of the fourth inning. Chris Kidd with you. Butch Mounts, our engineer, with Colin Heatherly and Tim Roy, our camera operators, here for our second of 4 games today. And Kaiser knocking off the Pittsburgh Outlaws 11-1 this morning to advance into the semifinals. Now the winner of this will move on to the finals later on today, and Flood City finally able to break through with the first run last inning as that one hammered foul down the left field line by Sammy Vianney. Count 2-1. Vianney, or excuse me, Broadwater is up. I apologize. Getting 3-4-5 this inning. Broadwater grounded out to shortstop his first time up. Now has himself ahead 3-1. As we said, Broadwater had 3 hits in that first game, including a triple. Had a hard hit ball to Cooper Ryan his last time up, but was thrown out. This one into right center field. That one's going to get into the gap, and that one's going to fall. Cutting it off is File, but getting to second base, standing up will be Broadwater as he continues his assault here today with his 4th hit now. And for the 3rd time today, Kaiser has a runner in scoring position. Now can they break through for the first time? Again, it took them a couple of innings against Pittsburgh to get going, but once they did, they scored in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th innings. So this Kaiser team can heat up in a hurry. This one hit high in the air behind home plate, getting back for it and making the grab in foul ground to retire Gunnar Riley. That's a nice job by Ben Ryan getting back there, who's taken over the catching duties. So again, Ryan did start out the game over at third base. Now you take a look at it here. Pop it behind home plate, and again, just a tough play for Ben Ryan. Again, not only sky high, but then approaching the fence as well, trying to keep your bearings of where you're at and your depth perception about you, and Ben Ryan did that beautifully that time, knowing his surroundings and being able to make that grab just right up against the fence for the first out. As Danny Radish, 0 for 1 today, flew out to center field in his first at bat. This one he rips into center field, and that's going to fall for a hit. They're going to hold the runner at third, as that was a hard hit ball right at Grittinger. But now runners at the corners for Kaiser. Now these Kaiser bats, just like the Flood City bats, may be starting to come alive here after we saw the pitchers dominate the first 3 innings of play. As Brody Whitehair grounded out to third base his first time up. See if he'll take the first pitch. He does, but the runner doesn't advance on to second. I was a little surprised by that. With only 1 out here, if you're Kaiser, you'd probably like to get that runner over there to A, put 2 in scoring position, and B, avoid the double play, or whichever order you find more important. But this one hit back up the middle, and that one's going to be stopped by Cooper Ryan. Will he have a play? No, he won't. As the run comes home, Broadwater scores, and we're all even at 1 apiece. And it looked like there for a second. Now the runner's taking off for third. I'm not sure what Radish was doing there. I believe Radish thought he was out at second base and was heading off the field. Didn't realize that he was safe. And now he is out. And Radish just kind of wandered off of second base right there. And let's take a look at it here on our instant replay. Yeah, Radish just starts jogging over to third base here and then started to take off. Maybe he was trying to dupe Flood City into thinking that he was out at second base. I'm not really sure what happened there, but just looked like Radish maybe was confused about whether he was safe or out on the play. And that wipes a runner off the base path for Kaiser. And a big second out as this a looper towards first base side into foul territory. Cormana trains over and makes the grab. And that'll retire Trevor Bigelow to end the top of the 4th inning. But Kaiser, with a pair of hits, draws even here at 1 apiece as we head to the bottom of the 4th. You're watching the Battle of the Bats tournament with us right here live on Video Productions.
It's Bob Huggins here at your local Little General store. As I travel this great state, it's nice to know that almost anywhere I go, there's a local Little General nearby. So the next time you're on the road, look for the Little General sign and tell them Hugs sent you.
Tournament Time Sports
invites you to the 2021 baseball season. This is your time, your opportunity, your chance to take the field with some of the most elite youth baseball teams in the region. You do not want to miss this opportunity. Join us in 2021. Be part of a better future. USSSA sanctioned events. West Virginia State Power Rankings. PBR scouted events. Premier venues. And much more. For more information visit us at www.tournamenttimesports.com. Tournament Time Sports. Investing in West Virginia youth baseball.
1-1 your score as we move into the bottom of the fourth inning of this first of two semifinals here from Clarksburg City Park. And there's first pitch swinging, hard hit ball, but right at Vianney. He gobbles it up and throws out Luke Raho for the second time today as Raho grounded out to second base back in the first inning as well. And now one pitch, one away as things back to the top of the order now for Flood City as Cooper Ryan stands in. He grounded out to shortstop his first time up and takes a strike, 0-1. As Ryan attends State College, says he's looking to go into sports marketing one day. We saw him make a couple of great plays in the field back in the first inning. This one chopped towards short for the second time. Whitehair on a tough hop. Going to be a big play and a tough play, and he's able to get Ryan by a step over at first. Again, that second in-between hop, I wasn't sure if Whitehair would have enough time to throw Cooper Ryan out, but strong arm over at short by the young kid. Able to get there in time. You see that late hop it takes on him there, and he was able to get it on the in-betweener and just in time to Radish for the second out of the inning as Ethan Janidlo stands in. He grounded out to short in his first plate appearance. Janidlo out of Richland High School, foul tip into the glove. It'll be 1-1 now the count. So after Riley had a difficult bottom of the third inning, looks like he's going to have a very quick bottom of the fourth as Vianney ranges into shallow right field and makes the grab for the third out. So another quick 1-2-3 inning for Gunnar Riley, and we head now to the top of the fifth, all even at one apiece. You're watching the Battle of the Bats tournament with us right here live on Video Productions. We've got a tight one on hand right now, folks, as we're at 1-1 here in the top of the 5th inning to see who advances on to the finals of the 16 and under division of the Battle of the Bats tournament. Chris Kidd here with you. Butch Mounts, our engineer, with Tim Roy and Colin Heatherly, our cameramen, as looks like Ben Ryan having to go back to the dugout, the catcher for Flood City, maybe an equipment error, and now he gets a new mask, it appears. And on his way back out again, one run and 3 hits for both clubs thus far. As both have threatened a couple of times but been unsuccessful. And now Kaiser, after scoring their first run of the game, will bring up their 8, 9, and 10 hitters this inning as Fravel, first pitch, swung on. Jones grounds it over to second base, fielded cleanly by Moore. In time over to first, in time for out number 1. That's actually Blau now out at second base in place of Treek Moore. So Blau makes a nice play over at second base. And 1 pitch, 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. So now Rylan Rock, who popped out to second base his last time up, fouls it back into the screen. And this game only about 40 minutes old right now, already into the top of the 5th inning as it's been humming along here. They have been starting games a little bit earlier, so it'll be interesting to see how much of a time gap we'd have if this game continues at its pace. Again, the next game scheduled to start at about 3:15 p.m. between the 2 Ohio Elite clubs. So we'll just have to wait and see how this one ends. But right now, an 0-2 count to Rylan Rock. That's Fravel. There's a fastball that Rock fouls off towards the right. And again, Alec Fravel, he's out of the Central Mountain High School area. Says he'd like to attend LSU and study business one day. Comes with an off-speed pitch this time. This could be a tough play as it's picked up. No drop by Fravel. Now throws to first and in time. Way to hang with it by Fravel that time. After dropping the ball initially, and he ends up getting it over to Nagy in time for the second out of the inning. Again, that was a tough decision to make because it looked like the ball was going to roll foul. But Fravel thought he had the play on it, bobbled it, and did a great job of hanging with it in order to pick up the out. And that'll bring up Ethan Miller, the extra hitter in the lineup. He grounded out to third base back in the 3rd inning in his first plate appearance. Count 1-0. Fastball in for a strike, 1-1. This one of those times you wish you had the pitch tracker up on the field. I'd be interested to see how many Fravel and Riley have thrown in this game, just of how quickly these innings have gone by. That one misses inside and low, 2-1, as the wind continues to pick up here at Clarksburg City Park. Miller climbs back in, trying to keep this 5th inning alive. This will be a tough play. Slow chopper towards third, picked up there, throw over to first, in time to Nagy for out number 3. So another quick inning is in the books, and we head to the bottom of the 5th inning, still all square at 1 apiece as you're watching the Battle of the Bats tournament with us right here on Video Productions.
Tournament Time Sports
invites you to the 2021 baseball season. This is your time, your opportunity, your chance to take the field with some of the most elite youth baseball teams in the region. You do not want to miss this opportunity. Join us in 2021. Be part of a better future. USSSA sanctioned events. West Virginia State Power Rankings. PBR scouted events. Premier venues. And much more. For more information visit us at www.tournamenttimesports.com. Tournament Time Sports. Investing in West Virginia youth baseball.
Little General Stores knows West Virginia, but what some may not know is what LG is doing in your communities. And I'm here to tell you how Little General, with the strength of their 100+ stores, is helping to enrich lives and empower families in West Virginia. Like the Norma May Huggins Cancer Research Endowment Fund, which is fighting to cure cancer every day right here in West Virginia. Locally owned and operated, LG has always been there and always will be. Little General Stores, committed to West Virginians. Boom!
First pitch at the top of the or bottom of the 5th inning, it hits Ben Ryan, just grazing him on the inner half, and that puts the leadoff man on for Flood City as we head down the final stages of what has been a very quick-moving contest, and we're all even at 1 apiece. Here's a slow chopper back to the mound, quickly turning as Riley throws to second, and let's see. And not sure what the umpire called. They say out over at second base. Looked like it may have been bobbled by Vianney at first, but did a great job of hanging with it. Let's take a look at it here on our replay. Again, Riley quickly turned and fired here. Didn't get a chance to set his feet, but there you see Vianney. Yes, he did make the grab and was able to get his foot back on the bag. And great play by him. What was a tough catch. Kormanich will be at first base. And now you get Nagy standing in. He grounded out back to the pitcher his first time up and fouls this one back into the screen. So we've seen great defensive play after great defensive play today, and there's another one in the books. We said strikeouts have been very few and far between on both ends. As Riley hasn't struck out a batter yet in this game, and only 1 strikeout on the other end for Fravel. That one misses inside, but a great stop by Broadwater. Runner gets its lead from first base. Here comes the pitch, misses outside. This count moves to 2 balls and 1 strike. Nagy, the designated hitter, one of them in this lineup. That one misses low and inside. Feel like next run could be a pivotal one in this game with the way the defenses have played thus far. Again, Flood City struck first after 3 consecutive hits, and then Kaiser came right back and was able to tie the game up in the top of the 4th inning. Now the count runs full. As like Nagy thought he looked at ball 4 that time. Now digs back in. Riley checks over at first base. That one misses low and inside, and that's ball 4. That's the first or second walk now given up for the game by Riley. Now the batter will be Mason File. File grounded out to shortstop. His last time up. That was the lead off the 3rd inning. And then after this, you get to that stretch of the lineup that was able to get to Riley earlier today with Blau, Greninger, and Moore, who all had singles. So this could end up being a very pivotal at bat here. Again, first and second with 1 out. 1-1 your score in the bottom of the 5th inning.
If you can twist it a little bit to the right, you're good.
As Riley misses outside with a fastball, 1-0. This is the 16 and under Battle of the Bats tournament. Winner of this will face one of the 2 Ohio Elite teams that are warming up right now, getting set to do action next. This one a mile high in the air on the infield. Coming off the mound and making the grab is Riley for out number 2. So a big out recorded there by Gunnar Riley. And the batter now will be Connor Blau. Blau singled to left field his first time up and later came around to score the only run for Flood City. He was the first one to get a hit. This one lifted into left center field. Ranging over is Rylan Rock. He'll make the grab and retire Flood City here in the bottom of the 5th. So Gunnar Riley gets himself out of trouble. And we head to the top of the 6th inning. Still all even at 1 apiece as you're watching the Battle of the Bats tournament with us right here live on Video Productions.
It's Bob Huggins here at your local Little General store. As I travel this great state, it's nice to know that almost anywhere I go, there's a local Little General nearby. So the next time you're on the road, look for the Little General sign and tell them Hugs sent you.
Tournament Time Sports
invites you to the 2021 baseball season. This is your time, your opportunity, your chance to take the field with some of the most elite youth baseball teams in the region. You do not want to miss this opportunity. Join us in 2021. Be part of a better future. USSSA sanctioned events. West Virginia State Power Rankings. PBR scouted events. Premier venues. And much more. For more information visit us at www.tournamenttimesports.com. Tournament Time Sports. Investing in West Virginia youth baseball.
Top of the sixth inning, we're still all square at 1-1 here from Clarksburg City Park. Chris Kidd here with you. Butch Mounts, our engineer, as Kaiser coming to bat, looking to see if they can take the lead for the first time today. And it'll be with the top of their order as Sammy Vianney, who's 0 for 2 today, grounded out to first base and then reached on an error his last time up. Had a pair of hits in the first game this morning against the Pittsburgh Outlaws. Trying to see if they can get something going here against Alec Fravel, who's held this hard-hitting ball club to just 3 hits thus far as Vianney fouls it back into the screen. 1-1 the count. And the winner of this moves on to the 16 and under championship game later on today against one of the 2 Ohio Elite teams that we'll see next here on Video Productions. Good off-speed pitch there, but it looks like it missed a little low from Fravel. So 2-1 the count. This is our first of 2 semifinal games today. Fouled out of play by Vianney as he's mad at himself. He knows he had a pitch there that he thought he could drive, but just missed it. So Fravel evens things up at 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Great pitch there by Fravel. Took it outside and took a little off of it, and the bottom just dropped out of it for the first out of this inning. And that just the second strikeout of the game on either side. Both of them belong to Fravel. So now it'll bring up Mason Kiesamore. He's 1 for 2 in the game. He doubled to right field in his first at bat and then struck out to end the 3rd inning with a runner at 3rd. Fastball misses high. As we said, we're at this juncture in the game now where next run could very well be the game winner and send one of these 2 teams on to the championship as Kiesamore fouls it off down the third base side. Count 2-1 now to the Kaiser center fielder. Fravel once again able to jam Kiesamore as he got it on the inside of his hands and gets him to foul it off down the third base side again. So 2-2 the count. Fravel winds and delivers. Tried to go back to the same pitch he was able to retire Vianney with a moment ago, but that one got away from him, so the count runs full, and thus far today, no walks given up by Fravel in this contest. Only 2 given up by Riley. And this one hit into the stratosphere in front of home plate. Going to be a tough play. Ooh, and almost a collision with Ben Ryan and Alec Fravel, but Fravel calmly and coolly makes the grab for the second out of the inning, while Ben Ryan had to duck out of the way at the last second. Now the batter will be Noah Broadwater. Broadwater's 1 for 2 today, grounded out to shortstop, and then doubled to right center field his last time up. That pitch missed a little high, 1-0. That will miss his low and away, 2-0. Again, definitely the most dangerous hitter in this Kaiser lineup. Broadwater's got 4 hits today in both games combined. Had 3 in the first game and 1 thus far in this contest. That time Fravel comes back with a fastball. 2-1 now the count. Fastball up and in that time, and again 3-ball count here. Fravel hasn't seen many of these this afternoon, but he's faced 2 now this inning. Was able to win the last battle, but will this be the first walk he gives up? It won't, as it's hard hit, and it gets over the head of Cooper Ryan into left center field. That one's going to scoot on this turf all the way towards the warning track, and getting into second with another double is Noah Broadwater. And Cooper Ryan lunged for that one, almost made a leaping grab, but just got over his glove. And once that ball hits on this artificial turf, it's going to take off. And got all the way to the track that time, and all of a sudden Kaiser now with a 2-out double. 1 hit possibly away from getting the lead for the first time, and an interesting subplot that it could be Gunnar Riley that would be able to do it, as first pitch misses high to him, 1-0. Riley 0 for 2 today, grounded out to shortstop and then popped out to the catcher in the 4th inning. But now has a chance to give himself the lead for the first time and go out on the mound with it, as that's a slow chopper towards third, but foul. So 1-1 now the count to the Kaiser pitcher, as these two have battled phenomenally today. But now can one break through against the other. This one hit hard towards third. Nice snag over at third. Long throw in time to Cormanich for out number 3. And Kaiser leaves a base runner at second base for the 3rd time today. Well, we'll be back after this break. We're all even at 1 apiece, heading to the bottom of the 6th, as you're watching the Battle of the Bats tournament with us right here live on Video Productions. Bottom of the 6th inning, as things continue to tighten up on both sides, as the finals await one of these two teams. Later on today, Chris Kidd with you here from Clarksburg City Park. First pitch swinging, bunted right back up the middle towards Riley, as Greninger grounds out to begin the bottom of the 6th. And he had singled to right field his first time up. Now 1 pitch and down, and that'll bring up Tariq Moore, who had the RBI infield single his first time up as he hit it right off the shin of Gunnar Riley. The first pitch catches the outside corner, 0-1. This one lifted out of play to the right, 0-2 now the count. So again, we've gotten through 6 innings, or nearly 6 innings, in just a little over an hour here. And there is the hour and 50-minute, 2-hour time limit that won't exist for the championship game, evidently, but would still be intact here. This one popped up on the infield. Coming over is Vianney. He'll make the easy grab for the second out of the inning. So 2 up, 2 down quickly. That'll bring up Hunter Martin. Hunter Martin, the 11th hitter in this lineup for Flood City. Should he get out here, then you'd have the 12th hitter and then back to the top of the lineup for Flood City. This one hit towards third, gets through the glove of Bigelow, and that's going to lead to Martin able to reach. And that looks like that'll be a hit for Hunter Martin. That was a tough play for Bigelow over at third that time as he tried to take it off a hop while it was ranged away from him. So they'll count that as an infield hit for Martin, and now Forcellini will come up. And Forcellini grounded out his last time up. Now time called by the second base umpire. He's coming in to confer with someone here. It looks like he wants to take a look at the bat here of Forcellini and appears everything's okay. Now it looks like third base coach for Flood City wants to know what he was checking on. And it appears everybody's satisfied with the explanation they get. So Forcellini, the 12th hitter in this lineup, that will definitely cycle things back to the top of the order now. For the bottom of the 7th, should we head there? Again, still some business to do here for Gunnar Riley in the bottom of the 6th inning with 2 outs and a runner on, as fastball taken for a strike by Forcellini, 0-1. Checks over at first base on Hunter Martin. See if they put him in motion here. That one misses low, 1-1. So 2 quick outs this inning on a ground out and a pop out. But then the infield single. And now Forcellini with an opportunity, and he'll hit one into the sky on the infield. Going to be a tough play, but Riley gets under it, and he'll make the grab for out number 3. So Riley and Fravel have battled to a standstill here today in this semifinal, and we head now to the 7th inning. It's do or die time on both ends, and Kaiser with the first chance. We'll be back after this as you're watching the Battle of the Bats tournament with us right here live on Video Productions. Top of the 7th inning we move. Still all even here at 1 apiece. Chris Kibb with you. Butch Mounts, our engineer. Colin Heatherly and Tim Roy, our cameraman. As we'll see who blinks first here between Alec Fravel and Gunnar Riley. They've both given up 4 hits. They've both given up 1 run. And now we've reached sudden death territory as Danny Radish, 1 for 2 today, flew out to center field and singled his last time up against Fravel. Radish, the first baseman, climbs back in. Here's the pitch. This one ripped hard towards short and gets through into left field. Took a huge hop on Cooper Ryan that time and was able to get over his head, and Danny Radish with his 2nd hit of the game. And now it'll be interesting to see what Kaiser elects to do here. Do you go ahead and swing out with Whitehair, or do you try and bunt Radish over? And Whitehair wasn't squaring to bunt that time, but takes a ball high, 1-0 from Fravel. And Whitehair today grounded out to third and hit to a fielder's choice to shortstop his last time up. That misses inside, 2-0. Your winner of this game moves on to the championship game later today. Still have our 2nd semifinal coming up next here from Clarksburg City Park between both Ohio Elite teams, and now Whitehair gets ahead 3-0 against Fravel, yet to walk anybody this afternoon. What a tough time it would be for him if now would be that time. I'd say you'll see Whitehair definitely taking all the way on this, but let's see. Squares to bunt, pulls back, and it is ball 4. So 1st and 2nd with nobody out, and now you've got Trevor Bigelow coming up. Bigelow 0 for 2, reached on an error in the 2nd inning and popped out into foul territory along the first base side his last time up. And that's going to draw a visit to the mound here for Flood City. Kaiser's had several opportunities with runners in scoring position today against Fravel, but haven't been able to get through, and that's going to be it for Fravel, as he's going to come out of the game in a well-deserved ovation for him as he exits this ball game. Again, 6 innings of great work for him, and now he'll leave it up to his bullpen to see if they can get him out of this jam. Well, while they're warming up the relief pitcher, we'll step aside for a quick break and be back after this as you're watching the Battle of the Bats tournament with us right here on Video Productions.
Bob Huggins here at your local Little General store. As I travel this great state, it's nice to know that almost anywhere I go, there's a local Little General nearby. So the next time you're on the road, look for the Little General sign and tell them Hugs sent you.
Tournament Time Sports
invites you to the 2021 baseball season. This is your time, your opportunity, your chance to take the field with some of the most elite youth baseball teams in the region. You do not want to miss this opportunity. Join us in 2021. Be part of a better future. USSSA sanctioned events. West Virginia State Power Rankings. PBR scouted events. Premier venues. And much more. For more information visit us at www.tournamenttimesports.com. Tournament Time Sports. Investing in West Virginia youth baseball.
Transition it. New pitcher now on the mound for Flood City. A critical juncture in this game, as it'll be Luke Rayho taking over for Alec Fravel. And he'll now deal to Trevor Bigelow with 1st and 2nd and nobody out here in the top of the 7th inning. All square at 1 apiece as Bigelow rips one foul and out of play to the right. Count 0-1. Bigelow had a pair of singles in the first game today against the Pittsburgh Outlaws, including an RBI. And now would be a huge moment for one here, but he takes a fastball for a strike from Rayho, 0-2. Kaiser is not led today in this ball game. Fell behind 1-0, but quickly evened things up, but still looking to take the lead. This one hit high in the air to right center field. Might be trouble getting over and making the grab for the first out. Tagging up is Radish. They may have a play at third. The throw not going to be in time as Radish just able to get there. But Bigelow does move the runner over on that fly out as it hung up in the air long enough for File to get over to it, as it looked dangerous at first, like it might get into the gap. But with the wind, may have had a little bit of an impact on keeping that ball in the air a little bit more. And there you see Radish digging over for third again. He got about a third of the way to third base and then realized it was going to be caught. So he hustled back to tag up real quick. And a heads-up play for him by doing so, but now you've got potential go-ahead run at third base as they quickly throw over to first to check on Whitehair. And we'll see if he takes off for second here as Hayden Jones, 0 for 2 today, flew out to right field and grounded out to second as he hacks the first pitch and fouls it out of play to the right. 0-1 the count. The infield's still playing back here for Flood City at double play depth. If Whitehair, or Jones rather, takes a pitch here, we'll see if Whitehair takes off for second base to try and eliminate the double play. This one hit high in the air. This will be into shallow right field. Second baseman backs up. He'll make the grab as Radish takes a couple of steps, but he doesn't have enough room to go. And a big out there for the second out of the top of the seventh inning. Now it's going to be up to Rylan Rock to see if he can get the runner in. And Rock popped out to second base and grounded out back to the pitcher his last time up. Quick throw over to check on Whitehair, and he's able to get back into the bag. I'm still surprised Kaiser hasn't been sending the runner from first in this situation. This is the second time that they've had this opportunity. They didn't earlier in the game, and they didn't thus far here. Swing and a miss by Rock, 0-1. Obviously now with 2 outs, you don't really want to create that situation, but with 1 out both times, they kept the runner at first base. Now the runner goes as they check and throw back to the pitcher quickly. Now they throw over to third. Dangerous play, and Radish just able to get back. Boy, that was dangerous on a couple of levels. That ball could have easily gotten away over at third. But Radish was able to dive in for it. Now it looks like second base umpire may confer with the home plate umpire on this to see if either of them had a better angle on the play. Let's take a look at it here on our camera angle. You see Radish was getting ready to come in, and boy, that's close over at third base. And again, that throw, I don't know how it was able to be dug out that time over at third by Hunter Martin. I'm surprised that didn't ricochet off of Radish somehow and get away, but somehow, some way, Martin able to save that. And it looked like Kaiser's maybe trying to induce a run down there. See if they could sneak Radish across that way. So they pulled the old quick back to the pitcher, see if you can pick them off at third base play. And they almost were able to execute it. So now, no force out anywhere. And a base hit could possibly score 2. But the count is 0-2 to Rylan Rock now. Can Kaiser come through and take the lead? Back up the middle, going to be a tough play. Fielded at second base by Blow. Throw over is in time for out number 3. As Flood City held their breath for a moment, but they're able to get out of the jam, and they head to the bottom of the 7th inning with a chance to win it now, as we're all even at 1 apiece. You're watching the 16 and under Battle of the Bats tournament with us right here live on Video Productions. Bottom of the 7th inning, and Flood City, if they can push across a run, they will move into the finals. Chris Kidd here with you. Butch Mounts, our engineer, as first pitch in for a strike, 0-1. As Gunnar Riley and Alec Fravel gone back and forth all afternoon, as Rayho chops one foul, quickly falls behind 0-2. Rayho 0 for 2 today as he's grounded out both times to second base. And it is the top of the order that Riley will deal with this inning, but he's mowed through them both times through thus far. And Rayho hits one hard down the left field line, but that's going to hook foul and out of play. Yeah, the first 3 batters for Flood City, you combined 0 for 6 today against Gunnar Riley. After Kaiser threatened last inning, now can Flood City break through? This one hit back towards second base again. Going to be a slow roller. Rayho almost able to beat it out, but a nice play by Vianney in order to throw it over in time. Again, Rayho with a lot of speed over there, but Rayho's had a magnet on Vianney thus far today, as that's the 3rd time he's grounded out to him. So that'll be Cooper Ryan now coming to the dish. He's grounded out both times, but to shortstop. That one misses, 1-0. That one misses low, 2-0. So now Cooper Ryan gets ahead. Hitters count for him. Riley ready to go. Again, he doesn't take much time on the rubber. That one misses high, 3-0. So again, 2 walks given up by Riley thus far today. Could this be the 3rd? He comes back with a fastball, 3-1. Ryan taking all the way that time. Let's see if he's turned loose now on 3-1. They do, and he fouls it into the screen. So Riley able to battle back now. The count runs full. Janidlo on deck, hoping for a runner on base as he comes up, and he'll get that wish as 3-2 pitch misses outside for ball 4. Now an interesting subplot with Cooper Ryan. Again, he has a lot of speed. Do you turn him loose on the base path here and try and get him into scoring position? As Janidlo talking with his 3rd base coach right now. Thus far today, Janidlo grounded out to shortstop and popped out to second base in both plate appearances. This is the first batter in the top half of this order to reach base against Gunnar Riley. Ryan out to a short lead over at first as that pitch misses low and away, 1-0. Ryan again gets out to a short lead. Janidlo fouls it out of play towards the right. Count even at 1-1. I'd say if they don't try and steal with Cooper Ryan on this at bat, I'd say you'd almost definitely think they'll try and do it on the next at bat if he's unable to get a pitch to go on here. This one lifted into left center field, back towards the wall. It is off the glove of the left fielder. Here comes Cooper Ryan around third. The throw comes in, not in time. And Flood City with a walk-off game-winning double by Ethan Janidlo sends them to the finals later today. And your heart breaks for Gunnar Riley on the mound after the performance he had today. Just a phenomenal pitching battle with Alec Fravel. And right there, Janidlo with easily the hardest hit ball of the day on either side against these 2 pitchers. And you see the effort given by Rock out in left field as he almost hit that to the warning track. And Rock gave it everything he had to get there in time. But by that point, Cooper Ryan was on his horse, didn't really stop to see if that ball was going to be caught or not. He was taking his chances all the way. You can see him on one of our replays that we'll try and show you in a moment. Ryan already out at second base by the time you saw Rock diving for that ball. So that was going to be a do-or-die play for Cooper Ryan. He was either going to score or get doubled up on that. And Cooper Ryan, after a couple of tremendous plays in the field, able to draw the walk and then score from first on the game-ending walk-off double by Ethan Janidlo. And what a game this was today, folks. Again, you were privileged to be with us today. We were privileged to be here to call that one, as these two just back and forth all day on the pitcher's mound. Tremendous plays in the field, hard-hit balls throughout the entire contest. Just a great ball game to be a part of, and it's Flood City who survives to take it 2-1, and now they await one of the two Ohio Elite teams to face in the finals later on this afternoon. Well, we'll step aside for a brief break and be back with our other semifinal coming up probably within the next 30 minutes or so. So stay tuned with us here on Video Productions, as we'll have both Ohio Elite teams set to face off to see who will take on Flood City Elite in the finals of the 16 and under tournament later on today. So for Butch Mounts, Colin Heatherly, and Tim Roy, I'm Chris Kidd saying so long for now here from Clarksburg City Park as you're watching the Battle of the Bats Championships with us right here live on Video Productions.